How's it going, guys? Welcome to a Chaos Cultist tutorial. In this one, I have to say I had a lot of fun as well, like with my other tutorials, and I painted this guy initially thinking that it had too much detail for such a cheap miniature, I mean in the game, but painting it wasn't really hard, was really easy and fun. I hope you enjoy the tutorial too, and that you are able to paint cultists like this, or even better. Now, I start, like always, with a primed grey miniature. And I'm gonna start painting the cloak, or jacket in black. It's like a military jacket, I think. Yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start blocking the colors around the miniature until we have everything painted. We're not gonna worry about washes until then. I wanted to achieve a very dark look for the miniature because he's gonna be joining a Black Legion army, and I wanted all the colors to be very dark. You don't have to use these colors for your cultists, but it's a good idea. Maybe you could use some other colors because, well, they're just regular people, right? They're not space marines. So you have a free artist license to do whatever you want. Now I'm gonna use Khorne red, and I'm gonna base coat this cloth around his neck. After that, I'm gonna use shadow gray, and I'm gonna base coat the pants. Just make sure when you're choosing colors for your cultists that don't put two things of the same color adjacent to each other, because that won't really show when you are painting the miniature. They will look like they're just this part of the same thing. Next, I'm using Mournfang brown, and I'm gonna base coat all of the leather areas, all of the pouches and belts. Next up, I'm gonna use Leadbelcher, and I'm gonna base coat all of the metal areas, iron metal areas. Just remember, I thin down this the metallic paints with glaze medium usually, and For the other colors, remember to thin them down with water, just because you want to save some detail. If you don't care much about that, well, you can use it straight up from the pot, but try to use wet paint. Don't let it dry on your brush. This is because the miniature is a cheap model for an army, and you're gonna paint lots and lots of them. So I guess it's fair that you have some miniatures that you don't really go to a high standard on painting. Next, I'm gonna use Balthasar's gold, and I'm gonna base coat all of the chains and metal areas that I want to be gold. This is just because we want to be part of the Black Legion, and gold is a really significant color for them. Next, I'm gonna use Bugman's glow, and I'm gonna base coat all of the skin area. Remember, if you don't want it to lose a lot of detail, thin the paint down as much as you can. Usually 1-to-1 works. One drop of paint, 1 drop of water. Now that we're done with all of the base coats, I'm gonna start washing. The majority of the areas I'm gonna wash with the Nuln oil wash, just because I want it to look very dark. And the skin was gonna go with Ogryn flesh. I also use Devlan mud for the gold areas. I forgot to mention that. Here I'm applying the Ogryn flesh for all of the skin areas. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for part 2 and like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.